Really? It was that simple? And it was merely on a whim that I decided to try the most basic version of the possible combinations. I was I went through all of the most complicated ones that I could think of in order, mind you, from one color to the next, nothing. But then I do yellow, blue, red, yellow, and here we are. If I had done them properly in order the first time around, we wouldn't have had this problem. But unfortunately, I decided to do things the hardest way possible. I even sent everyone else around looking for any sign of anything that could hint at a possible solution to this puzzle, and to no avail. Welcome back. WeArEuS, and this is Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. So, let's see what there is to see, and then finally, get out of this maze. Well, first there's loot. We always do the loot first.
I am helpful, am I not?
Light wounds, potion, money. Okay, right. Before we go on, I should let you guys know that I finally remembered to do this. I checked his spell book, and of course he has all manner of really nice things. Some of this isn't going to actually have value right now, but I'm looking at Entangle and Featherstep as a possible combination for controlling enemy movement later on in more open areas. For now, I've decided upon Summon Nature's Ally to give us something to deal extra damage at the very least. Of course, it's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage, assuming it even actually hits. But that's fine as well. We do have Flare Burst, which is an AoE flare. It allowing us to blind anyone in a 10-foot radius from the target point, but it would be a single use unless I add it to the memorize spell multiple times, so we're not going to do that right now. What I did go for, as well, is Aspect of the Falcon, which I used to try and boost my perception while running around the maze, hoping to find something we didn't notice before. With this, I gain a competence bonus on perception checks and a competence bonus on ranged attacks, and if I'm equipped with a bow, my multiplier becomes 19 to 20 times 3. I mean, it couldn't hurt. It's not like he hits anything with his ranged attacks as it is, so a bonus to competence could only help us. I also did some snooping around for her since she's the only other person with any spells, and you can see here from the mix of things that she has, she's not a good person. I mean, she's a shaman, but, you know, who picks up Doom just for the frick of it, you know? Well, aside from me, of course. I mean, she's got some nice things, but I think the heal is actually going to come in pretty valuable sooner rather than later. I am looking at Bless, though, which gives a morale bonus to attack rolls. But I like Bane, because since she's going to probably be relegated to supporting Sela or whoever our tank ends up being, reducing the competence of our enemies can never hurt. Sela peers closely at the sword, which seems utterly unexceptional to you. Wait, this is... No, it can't be. Her eyes light up. I know that hilt. Radiance, the sword of the great Yaniel. That's what this is, but it's meant to be in the Tower of Estrad with all the other relics. That's what I heard, at least. Right. I also read the letter that we got off of Hosila's body. Of course, the letter itself was addressed to Savamelech, but I'll read that after this. I wish I had read it before, but it only just occurred to me to do that, like, right now. Well, of course this rusted metal must be that very same sword. Camellia rolls her eyes. I think you merely wish that this were the illustrious sword of legend. You don't get it. I've seen this sword 100 times, in paintings and in the hands of the Yaniel statue. I've even thought of going to the Estrad Museum to see the real thing in person. How did it get here? What's so special about it? Sela frowns. Now, nothing, I guess, but this sword was legendary in its day. People say that when Yaniel held it, the blade would glow, striking demons left and right. Soldiers would see the radiance light from afar and take heart, rushing into the fray and winning. But I don't know what's wrong with it now or how to restore its power. All I can sense is that they made a mockery of it. You're empathizing with an object. Extraordinary. Are all paladins so tender-hearted and sensitive? Sensitive in a way, yes. We're highly attuned to evil and everything wrought by demons. Radiance was in evil hands, and as a paladin, I can tell you they did nothing good to it. Who is Yaniel? No, you've never heard of Yaniel? She's famous all over Galarian. She was a great woman. She was born in Mandev, and when the Crusade started, she couldn't just sit idly by. She dedicated her life to the Crusade. People say she was audacious and spirited. She was always the first in the battle, and she never sacrificed other people's lives for a tactical advantage. Sounds like my kind of leader. That's how she's been remembered, as an incredible warrior who seemed to blaze with righteous fury. In all of the images of her, she looks capable of driving all the demons back to the abyss single-handedly. But then something happened between her and her commanders. Maybe they envied her. Maybe there was more to it than that, I don't know. But she went into the world wound without her fellow soldiers, and she didn't just survive the mission. She even brought back crusaders she rescued in there. Can you imagine? She died as she lived, with pride. She was one of the people defending Dresden to the very end. That's where she perished. Sela frowns. Don't take this the wrong way, but I really hope that she died quickly. A hero's death, because if she didn't, that means she was taken prisoner and had to endure unspeakable horrors. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. You know a lot about Danielle. Are you a fan of hers or something? I suppose you could say that. Sela chuckles. I've always felt an affinity with Danielle. I know what it's like to not be what your commanders want you to be. Whenever I used to feel under pressure, I always thought of Yaniel. Maybe some people didn't like how she was, but to the people she pulled out of the world wound, she was perfect. And to the people she saved on the battlefield, she was incredible. And to those who keep her memory alive, she's a hero. That's what counts. Then if so, how could a priceless relic end up down here? Danielle disappeared, but by some miracle, Radiance was recovered from the battle. No one else has ever wielded it. It's Yaniel's blade and always will be. That's why it was put in the Tower of Estrad with the other Crusade relics, but now it turns out someone stole it. Sela laughs. I have this weird feeling like I'm rescuing a fellow warrior from a dungeon. We can't just abandon it, even if it's no use to us. It's no use to anyone down here, but what if it could be repaired? Either way, let's keep going. So, this way. There should be nothing else for us to see here. And I think we're all well rested. No, I did use his perception ability, so we're going to have to rest in order to get that back, but that's fine. So I changed our camping arrangement a little bit. I have Morrow dealing with the operating as a sentry, basically. Camellia doing what I had her do before. And we have Sela. Well, what did I... Land's his name. I have Land doing what Wenduog did, which was camouflaging the camp so we can't be surprise attacked while resting. Or ambushed while resting, that's the one. But in addition to Land doing that, we also have Sela. So she's assisting him, giving a +2 to our dice check. Giving a +2 to the check. I'd show you, but there's no real reason for us to rest right now. So we shall leave. I don't think there's anything we need to talk to Chief Sull about, right? And then there's Horgus Worm. Mongrels. There she is. Dyra. Sell me your wares. Okay, now. I sold a bunch of stuff. I'm probably going to cut out that entire bit of business there, and for good reason. It went on for too long and was basically unnecessary. Anyway, I sold a bunch of stuff, mostly the masterwork weapons and a little bit of junk here and there. Anyway, what I picked up though was some extra potions. We have 9 light potions of light cure wounds, and I bought 6 more. And I also picked up 3 potions of feather step, which allow the drinker to ignore difficult terrain, such as entanglement, for example. I would like to get more of those, but, well, we are where we are right now. It's only 48. I thought it would be more than that. The good news about Masterwork weapons is that from what I see, doing simple comparisons, they don't actually deal more damage or have any actual significant benefits to being used in combat over versions that aren't masterworked. Screw it, we'll just take them all and sell them to Kira. Nope, Dyra. And this one. Okay, now we're really set to go. I really would rather have someone else than land, but what can you do?
Our path leads on.
We're finally out of here. Oh yeah, it does this thing where it lets you pick up all of the stuff. How much is this worth? 50? We'll take that. That's worth 25. That's worth another 50. And at least they sell for what they say they'll sell for. That I really appreciate. I don't have any need... Wait. Oh, composite longbows are valuable. Oh yeah. How did I miss that? Who was that on? And where were they? And with that, now, we're out of here.
While the survivors wander the dungeons, the battle on the surface rages on. The warriors of Canabris are trying to defend the Wardstone, but their strength is flagging. Their resistance is valiant, yet it will all be in vain if no one rises up to turn the tide.
Well, don't mind if I do. Who's that? Camellia? Hello, surface world. Here I come. Aren't you happy to see me again? You've never been up here before. Don't talk like you know anything. Good thing I don't ever have to come back here, now that we've solved the frickin' puzzle. I have no idea how I'm going to cut the video into an intro at that point. But I'll figure it out. Most certainly I will. Now all that remains to be seen is whether we can get Horgus Gwyrm, gross name-having bastard, home alive, and whether or not he's going to renege on the deal he made some time ago. But first, we actually have to get him up there, don't we? Wow. That went sideways for the demons really fast. Irabeth, huh? The half-orc before you, wearing armor adorned with Iomede's golden swords, is clearly exhausted. She obviously hasn't gotten much sleep over the last few days. There's soot on her face and fresh blood on her sword. Her hazel eyes are hard and focused, and her firm voice sounds accustomed to giving orders. She sizes you up, surprised, judging whether you are friend or foe, and opens her mouth to ask you something, but freezes when she spots a Nevia.
by the goddess, Nevi. I'd almost lost all hope.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. This here's a new friend. He rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without him, we'd never have made it out. Let me introduce you to my wife, Arabeth Tirabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabras. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Anevia out of there.
So where exactly are we?
The Grey Garrison. Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders, but it's now been taken over by cultists.
So, what's the objective of this battle?
When the demons attacked the city, their main target was the Wardstone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Wardstone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabras will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world. I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
First off, before we go any further, I do need to tell you about the cultist den that we discovered down below.
Very good. Report to me in full when we get back to the Defender's Heart. It's our temporary headquarters. Right now, the most dangerous cultists are here. The ones occupying the Grey Garrison.
Alright, good to know. Next to me, or, slightly behind me, is a mongrel living beneath Canabras. Jeez, that did not come out right. Canabras. This is Lan.
Most people in Canabras think that the children of the first Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, but the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
Come on, living legend? A walking folktale, maybe? I just need to make sure I don't turn into a running joke.
So, what's the situation in the city?
The city's gone. Most of the defenders, including the Dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours.
She fell in the first few seconds.
Civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
Don't talk like that. Canabras hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
I don't like your optimism in this situation.
Sweet words don't change the grim truth.
That.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Canabras.
And for those of you who are, like myself, not well versed in the lore of this, or frankly anything like it, let's find out what the Wardstones are, just so we know for future reference. Tell me about the Wardstone. Why is it so important?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomedae, created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the world wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the abyss.
So how did the Wardstone end up in the Great Garrison?
The demons have long laid siege to Canabras, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the Wardstone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost yet. Discovery has gone, but the Wardstone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
But how did he do that? He's a demon. The Wardstone should have burned his filthy hide.
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why.
Alright. Let's do this.
That's the spirit. You, take a Navier to the rear. The rest of you with me.
You hear labored breathing interspersed with disgruntled muttering. Horgus is holding his rapier heeled in a white-knuckled grip. A bead of sweat trickles down his greasy, loathsome temple.
Lord Horgus Worm, forgive me. I did not realize we had civilians among us. My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Canabras can be said to be safe right now.
That's right. Fighting spirit is the one thing that we've got plenty of. Actual fighting power, that's not so great. Fighting know-how, even worse. But fighting spirit, at least we're rich in that.
For Iona Day! For the Queen! Kill the beast!
Irabeth raises her blade, and the soldiers, inspired by her cry, rush into battle with renewed vigor. Good on them. Meanwhile, I loot. It's a masterwork bardish. They're all masterwork. Unfortunate that they're two-handed, but what can you do?
I will guide us.
The frick was going on in here? The door won't budge. Looks like it's locked from the other side.
Godspeed.
Wait, they're overweight. That's why they're moving so slowly. I can drop a piece of armor. Since I'm just greeting after all. Split and a drop. Yes. Speaking of
Let
buffs,
us not hesitate.
You can trust
and resistance to her and yourself. And this idiot doing his idiot dance. What's going on here? You have not completed your mission in the Great Garrison yet. Interesting. I don't think we have anything else that we need to cast aside from light, which we can put on what's her mug, Sela, and give her an extra temporary HP, because why the frick not? Oh, fresh loot. We take those spells. We also take that sickle. Oh, it's masterwork. Oh, that's free money, honey. These cultists have quality weapons, don't they? Good on them. The frick is going on with that door? Let's quick save before we touch this strange insignia. Sealed with magic, huh? Not all that surprised, really. Oh, so he looted all of them. Good. You can do this.
This one was beyond me.
Well, nuts.
Ah, not this time. I hope you appreciate this.
I just appreciate being able to try again and again for free without having to use items or without any sort of punishment, frankly. Could this possibly have? That would be of interest to me. Of inflict light wounds. Sure, why not? Wow. So that's the ward stone, huh? I don't know who that's... So these are just called doors, huh? I mean, it didn't take much convincing, did it? You are playing with auto and turn enabled. This option allows the game to end the turn automatically when a character finishes their standard and move actions. Yeah, this was fine. I don't know why they would want me. Oh my god, that's so many people. We'll let them take care of that, and good God, I have no idea how they expect us to do this. But we'll manage. Good Lord, look at all of these people and the turns that they get. I'm actually going to position her. They have 2 archers, and I don't want them. Maybe we should go back downstairs. They have 1, 2, 3. 3 archers on the right side. I have to hope that these guys will be distracted by them. I do not want Land to take that shot. So if he can't shoot them from where he is, does that mean they can't shoot him either? This is preferable. Let's treat affliction. Never mind. Oh, right. Oh, that's no good. If Morrow could have his turn, I could have cast Entangled here. But unfortunately, apparently his initiative check was garbage. What's it based on? It doesn't show what modifiers it relies on. I've got to raise that because having low initiative is not good, especially if we're going to be looking at many instances of fighting this many people at one time. No. He can take this guy.
You won't survive me.
Okay, we do get XP from anyone that dies in this fight. I'm going to go ahead and wait. Make sure I understand the way things are before I continue. Wow. Okay. Your character, Morrow, was attacked while flat-footed. A creature is flat-footed when it doesn't expect an attack. In this state, it loses the dexterity bonus to armor class and becomes vulnerable to sneak attacks. During the first round of every combat, every creature is flat-footed until it has a turn to act according to its initiative. The creature is also treated as flat-footed when it can't see the enemy, which might happen if it's blinded or the enemy is invisible. When there are more enemies in melee than your allies, they outflank you, treating your characters as flat-footed and getting an attack bonus. Okay. Characters whose AC depends on a dexterity bonus need to raise their initiative, for example by taking the improved initiative feat, so they won't be defenseless at the beginning of a battle. You can also try encircling enemies, hold them off in tight spaces such as doors, control their movements with spells like Entangle. Yeah, but the rest of these idiots are ranged, except for these two. This ability would be a standard action. She doesn't need to heal herself. Can she reach Morrow from where she is? Yeah, I'm not liking this. So, first order of business. Controlling the lay of the land. Speak unto the world, and the world shall answer. They all provoked an attack of opportunity, even though they weren't that close to him, because their weapons are apparently pretty freaking long. Let's go ahead and do this, and then move away. Simple, right? Can I... Nope. Dang. Good enough. Oh, thank goodness I did that. You're not getting anywhere, buddy. Why don't you sit down and relax? Thank goodness someone out here could do something. I don't like that. So, it's Camelia's turn. Since they've got a hard-on for our buddy Morrow over here. I probably should have put him into the defensive stance as well. Can't do anything else aside from this. I need to cancel this. There we go. You.
Embark. endure this!
Thank you, good sir. Oh yeah, that was a very good idea. Slowly. Hit the spacebar so everyone else's turns go quickly. Who did you swing at? It certainly wasn't Morrow. Looked like he took a shot at Sela.
The light, take you!
Ow! Actually, we will take on the Might. Or summon the Might. Staunton Vane. That is an awesome name. I'm checking to see how many were affected by it, since I can't see them clearly. Good lord. Pretty much every one of them that were in range. Nope, all of them succeeded. Great. Attempting to stand up or being prone, casting a spell, drinking a potion. Usually the bigger a creature is, the larger its threatened area will be. Okay. It's only when you're moving through the area, though.
Make every strike count.
Okay, we need to focus on healing Sela. First, as a swift action, she can heal herself. She doesn't have any items. And drinking a potion while in melee range will provoke an attack of opportunity, which is a no-go in this situation. Destroyed. We need to have him or just have him use the potion itself. Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. I really do need to remember to have him switch to defensive stance. Leave that poor man alone. Right now I need to focus on... I think she's in... Okay. Have anyone that's injured? No, we'll have to go for an immediate threat then.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Right. They take reduced damage from non-cold iron weapons. Another self-heal.
Into the fray.
5 damage, better than nothing. The problem here is if I move, this thing attacks him. So first things first. Now, we have a bit of an issue where I don't have any weapons equipped for melee combat. And I don't think we even have any that he can equip. You can equip a scythe? You can equip a two-handed scythe, but you can't equip a sword. Throwing axe, javelin, dart, but I don't see anything. It should be harder to hit now. And while I would love to be able to spend some healing on the,
I shall not falter.
well, the recruits that would have been there to help us, but that's sort of not an option, you know? First, she doesn't have any potions equipped. So you have, I just read this thing, and apparently when the character rolls a natural, well, rolls a 20, that's a crit. But then they have to roll what is basically just a crit check, and if it lands, or if it rolls well, then it's a crit. If not, it's just a normal hit that does more damage. What the Anyway. We're looking for drink. She can't use Scroll of Heroism, and it's only a single target anyway. Reducing one of the subject's ability scores. Oh, that's... no. Cure light wounds. Actually, so if she drinks this, everyone gets it. When making a full attack, a hasted creature may make one extra attack with its main weapon. Gains a bonus on attack, and I think this is the proper time for something like this. The issue is we actually need Morrow to have... well, we need to heal Morrow first. Okay, we'll figure it out. First, though, we're going to fat potion our buddy over here. Where is he? That is a good roll.
It should work. Is it flawed?
Not targeting the dredge. Come on, hurry up and finish them. Come on. She does not have... now.
Inheritor, guide my blade.
This is a cold iron weapon, isn't it? Nope. A guy can dream, though. Let's see how this works.
Strike as one.
2. And a missed bite. Well, what can you do? He landed 1 but got no damage. I can't be upset. I just can't. That entangle is coming in handy. Seela's a little low too. Why did they have a hate on for our buddy? Oh! Oh! Oh, that is quite nice. Wait, who did he just... Seela got hit. I'm trying to see... We like that. We like that a lot. I think he can hit him with his ranged weapon, but he has to spend a turn to... Yeah, let's not do that. First, I already read about that. He's entangled, but he has no resistances to anything we plan to use. Ooh, 11. It can't get much better than that. Okay. Who are we looking at? Camellia? What's the range on that? Oh yeah. Let's get some of everyone in on this action. And I think that'll be her turn. Who else is there? Who dare stand against us? Ooh! Grody. Did I skip my turn? Yeah, we'll have to do it that way then. It should be here. Nope. Time for that to go. It has served its purpose and served it well. This. Since we're not going to be able to get in range of anyone in time. I mean, she cast it, but she did nothing with it. Great.
You've crossed the wrong mountain.
Ooh, I like it. That is nice. So we have Seela. Do we have anyone she can bum rush this guy? Bonk. Can't blame a guy for trying. No one in range, so we'll just have to move up a bit. You poor dumb bastard. Okay, what do we have here? We have Seela. She doesn't have any options, so we'll move her up.
You won't survive me.
He wasn't lying.
Into the fray. I'm done with you.
Ooh. I guess I'll read this. Your character, Seela, has landed a critical hit. Having successfully confirmed it, Whenever a character makes an attack roll and gets 20 on the d20, the attack automatically hits, no matter what the target's AC is. Additionally, such an attack creates a critical threat that has to be confirmed by making an additional attack roll. If the roll is equal or higher than the target's AC, well, that explains a lot. The character successfully lands a critical hit. If not, the attack remains normal, but still hits. Some weapons and effects allow the character to make critical hits with the d20 roll result less than 20. Such attacks do not hit automatically. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I mean, if no one else is going to take it, I guess I will. And while I'm looking, may as well pause time. That went very poorly for them very fast. I didn't check to even see. Yeah, they were masterworked. I don't know why they have all masterwork weapons, but I will take them. Chainmail. I really do have to remember to stop the timer for things like this. And that's it. Because we are overweight, they are moving slow. Ooh, frick. Let's see what we can do with that armor. She's got a chain shirt. Yeah, that's no good. Dropping this would only lose us 140. For a moment, I considered going back down and trying to sell this stuff to... the merchants, but I don't know if she'd even be there. So, really quickly, I'm going to leave this quick save, check these corpses for someone lost his freaking head. So the door is locked from the other side. Fair enough. Okay, I do want to see if I can head back downstairs and sell to the merchant. If so, I'll see you guys when we get back to this floor. See you soon. A heavy blunt object was clearly used to try to break the door down. The lock is broken and the door cannot be opened. There's also some light gore here, but never mind that part.
Together, we stand.
Ah, crap. I was hoping to get away from the stuff we dropped, but apparently not. I'll have to drop it again once we leave. Well, once we arrive in the next area. Oh, great.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh! What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
You again, you wench!
Minago, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Knabris. She must be back to finish what she started.
Staunton, how do you know this demon?
Does he know me? Staunton, darling. Tell them all how close we were.
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Teresa fell.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will you said this, and now you claim that Dresden fell because of me. No, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Write that down, write that down.
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you!
Save the last one for me.
I probably should have rested now that I think about it. Well, this is where we are now. Also, before we starting with the actual violence, immune to poison and electricity. See, this is where the freaking... Dang it, I should have rested. I could have made use of Entangle again. Instead, we'll have to make a mess. But we saved before we went through, so there is that. Just normal people, and then these. He would only need to move up a few steps to get the archers. This guy's turn is immediately next. This one follows, and this one isn't until much later. You first.
Endure this.
Missed. Why? Why do you hate him so? Seela, 4 damage. Yeah. Anyway. She is a little low on health. Let's see. At least she still has the cold steel scimitar equipped. Good news for fans of demon-related violence. Hey! He's out of there. Are you sure that's a good idea? Okay. She'll probably be moving up next. Thankfully, he made himself a target. That bastard tried to sunder Seela's armor. Too bad he's a minor threat compared to the archers. So which of them? I know what the other archer's photo looks like.
Make every strike count.
Good God! That's freaking gross. So who are we using now? Morrow? Abracandaloo. Okay. Not affected by target spell resistance. Don't mind if I do. Actually, is there anything else we can do? No real reason for me to move from here. Hey, buddy. I hear you tried to sunder her armor, and it didn't go so well. Have one of these.
Take you.
Okay. Let's see. Can't really think of anything to have her do. So,
The spirits demand
violence
your
it
blood.
is. That man is on his way to dying.
All right, I'll just sit here. Don't worry about me.
My God. That thing hits so hard. I need some extra range. This thing has to go. Actually, this should be fine.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
That's the kind of damage I was looking for. Now, let's tend to Sela. I don't have healing on him, so we scroll. No? Like, later then, I guess? You know... That's not okay. But there's literally nothing I can do right now. Sure wishing I had put on the frickin' or had them rest when I had the opportunity. Get up. Can I do it again? No. Let's see. We'll focus on the...
You won't survive me.
Don't do that.
Endure this.
Oh, so now he'll take a pot shot at anyone else in range. I like that. I don't like that. Okay. Need to move up and heal Sela. All right. Get off your lazy bum. Oh, I skipped her turn on accident. What is this? Sunder armor. So it landed. The character's armor is temporarily disabled. It provides no benefits, as if the character wasn't wearing it. Who else is over here casting nonsense? Well, he tried.
Pain.
Excuse me? 17 damage? Ugh. How far do we have to move to blind this idiot? The guy that cast the gross AoE is dead, so get up and drink. The guy that shot her, I don't want her to take that hit again, though. So I'll just move her over here. You can do this.
You've crossed the wrong...
9 damage. And executed. Okay. First things first, we rest. In no uncertain terms, we rest. Ooh. Party members suffer a 15% arcane spell failure chance, a -2 penalty to wisdom and intelligence scores, and a -3 penalty to... I have no idea what those are. Combat maneuver defense. It represents the ability to resist combat maneuvers, and combat maneuver bonus, which I assume to be, yeah, the ability to perform combat maneuvers. I'll put Sela on that. And it's still only a 25% chance. Frankly, I'd rather not be ambushed. Just saying. There's a strange smell in the air today. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why.
We are the light. They are the
Oh,
darkness.
thank goodness. We were only attacked by giant spider.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
He can't use acrobatics because he is prone. Great. Let's go ahead and use this. We all knew it would be a risk going to sleep here, but there was literally no alternative. And these guys basically don't even exist, so thankfully it's just a spider. And use some of my turn. Nice job, me.
This was simple enough.
I am helpful, am I not?
Hold on. Just a little more.
I only want to move Lan a little bit. Let's go ahead and activate this.
You won't survive me.
That's right, just walk away. And now...
Into the fray!
Now we ring this thing's goddamn bell. Since we're here. It only works on humanoids. Three. Unexpected damage has occurred. Speaking of which...
Endure this! Attack!
Well, that was certainly a turn. Shooting into melee. Your character shoots at enemies engaged in melee combat, which makes them miss a lot. It's hard to hit a target that is fighting in the melee. Of course, you could add in conditions that alter that fact, but I mean, why do that? I mean, it only makes sense. To remove the penalty to the attack roll for shooting into melee, blah blah, yeah, precise shot, of course. Yeah. Thanks for the information so late into the game.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
You know... Who is this, Camellia? Impress me. I'm impressed. Screw it.
Make every strike count.
Can we sleep now, please? Corruption and nightmares. Nightmares and corruption prevent you from resting well. Corruption increases during rest at different rates in different areas. When your corruption reaches first, second, or third level, various negative effects are applied. There are 3 corruption levels in total. The higher the level, the more difficult it becomes to fight your battles. The character who is assigned to the protective rituals role performs these rituals before the party goes to sleep. which reduces the corruption gain. You can fully remove corruption in safe places. You will discover these areas of respite as you progress through the game. In some locations you may come across various holy artifacts. Cleansing them or interacting with them will allow you to partially remove your corruption level. I mean, it's good to know. Unfortunately, we've got corruption level 1. Well, nothing to be done about that. We quite literally had to. But now we are ready. I don't think there's anything we need to do, though we are very, very close to leveling up again. I need somewhere to sell. I need somewhere to sell things. That would explain it. I have probably 13 masterwork glaives now, and they each weigh 10 pounds. Can't stop, won't stop. That said, let's try. Let's at least try. These can go and stay go. Wow, those are really heavy. Armor is stupidly heavy. Oh, great. Guess this is us.
The mongrel did it.
Oh, look at that. Man, that thing is gigantic. As soon as you step into the chamber, your vision seems to darken and your knees buckle. You struggle to keep your balance. The air in here is laden with the power coming from the stone. Suddenly your head is filled with voices screaming, whispering, cackling, threatening, voices pleading for help, shrieking curses and taunts. You blink and the illusion passes.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it. Your precious ward stone. What are you planning to do now? I could kill you where you stand. But wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
Well, that is vivid.
Sounds terrifying. Except that's how we've been living for generations.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious ward stone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more and boom. Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Neroxian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves. So you have a choice, especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof, pledge your loyalty to Baphomet, and when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
Now, I know it's obvious what they're doing to the stone, but let's see if we can get a little bit more information on what exactly is happening to our precious glowing pillar.
Well, quite what am I doing to it? Probably the same thing I did to many of your comrades. Sweetly and tenderly persuading it to abandon the mortals and join our side.
Prepare to fight to the death, demon! We won't let that happen.
You feel a sudden rush of wild rage, and with it comes a feeling of monstrous, unbridled, destructive power. It's like the power you felt in the shield maze when you were confronting Salamalek. But now it feels more fully fledged, more conscious. I think you deserve to die here. We can't let you do whatever it is you're planning to do, which you ignorantly informed us of. Thank you for that, by the way. With the ward stone, You will not have your way. You'll die today.
Yet another obstacle.
Great. And yet again, he is literally the last person to fricking act. Well, what can you do? Do we have any archers? Neophyte cleric looks like he's wielding melee weapons or throwables. Pretty sure that's yeah, he dies.
The wrong mongrel.
We're going to go ahead and cast that on her and wait. Are you okay? There was literally no one there. Oh. Oh. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I can't do anything to lift the fatigue. Ooh. But I can, instead, buff Sela. Now. Our main man with the plan. Actually, I want to be able to see how many of them are affected by it. Targeted like this. Today is going to be terribly awkward for you. Yeah. So, where are we going to put him? Anywhere out of harm's reach he can go. Anything else? Divine favor failed. Good. Well, he made the concentration check. What can you do? Except have Lan kill it with fire. Let's go ahead and wait. Yeah, good thing I didn't have him shoot at her. I don't think any of these other guys are going to be that much of an issue. But I would like to not let him get as close as he is.
Won't survive me.
And he's gone. Sela stays where she is.
I'm tired of playing around now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the ward stone? Here's a little demonstration.
Really, huh? Well, wish I'd gotten to kill the other guys at least. But at least we blew him up real good. So, saving throws. Your character Sela has failed a saving throw against the ability Lightning Bolt. First, let me pause for a moment. You would think some of these things would have popped up a long time ago. We've hit critical hits frequently. We've suffered critical hits frequently. And yet, these tutorials are only popping up now. I don't understand why that is. Back to the saving throws now. Many malign spells allow the target to make a saving throw to elude their effects, partially or completely. There are 3 types of saving throws. Each depends on one ability score. Fortitude depends on constitution. Reflex on dexterity and will. Relies on wisdom. You can get bonuses to saving throws from equipment, spell effects, and feats. To improve your character's saving throws, you can increase their ability scores, wear protective equipment, or use protective spells. And now, the bad news. The demoness whispers a spell and a wave of darkness sweeps through the chamber. Your companions wince in pain, but it is nothing compared to what you feel. Thousands of voices once again burst into your mind, drowning you in their moans, screams, and sobs. Pain rocks through your skull. You will pay for this, demon scum. You will pay dearly.
Powerless rage. I love it. Threaten more.
The roar of voices blends into an unbearable wall of screaming. Your vision goes dark.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long, I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
Okay. Yeah. So, what happened?
Sadly,
God dang it.
we couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
Alright, so what's the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
So what do you plan to do next?
You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabris, but every city with the Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Probably should mention this first. I found a cultist dispatch in the dungeons. It seems they're holed up in the Tower of Estrad, and that reminds me I actually didn't read that letter to you guys like I said I would. I'll do that as soon as we get out of this bed.
Demons have been filling Canabris with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now, at least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
Or a madman, as I tend to be. So, can I help you out in any way?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the Wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone. Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use. And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabris, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
All right. I think I've got a handle on the situation.
May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Canabris still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Anevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
And I thank you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us today. Wait. No, it won't. Actually, I do want to read this. I don't have it anymore, do I? She took it. That's right. Well, regardless, that is going to do it for us today. I can summarize the contents of the communication that we got off of Hosilla's body. I remember the gist of it. Basically, the communication was directed towards Sava Melek. Sava. Anyway, it was directed to the demon that, well, ran when we encountered Hosilla. And it said that there is someone else stationed at the Tower of Estrad, and they want whoever wrote the letter, and I know the name was at the bottom of it, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, the person who wrote the letter wants the demon to take all of its, newly acquired allies and take them to the Tower of Estrad to join up with the person who's raising, I guess you could call them an army as well, raising an army there as well, and to join with them, or to combine the two. And if the person in charge there doesn't raise a stink or doesn't, catch an attitude or anything, they're to be allowed to live. But if not, the person who wrote the letter said that the demon could just go ahead and take that person's head and assume control over both armies anyway. That is that is basically all that there was to that letter. And so I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back Thursday. This will be going up Tuesday. So we will be back with another episode on Thursday. And I hope you guys are looking forward to that. So with all that said, we will see you next time.